Rock fans from around the world, welcome to another episode of MPJ, the new rock album review show. I'm Nigel, I've got Trish, I've got Dom, I've got Ian, and I've got Pete from Holland, and we are reviewing the latest albums, and today's offering is Deez Nuts and Saudade, something like that. You guys can maybe pronounce it better.
Saudade.
We review the albums out of 5. Will it get 4 or more? If it gets 4.6, because we're ramping up now. This is the last bunch of albums we're reviewing to get into our Hall of Fame. Pete, let's start with you. Was this your cup of tea?
Oh, I was the one who suggested we review this album because I love Deez Nuts. And they're back. So it's pronounced Saudade. I love languages. I speak quite a few languages, but this is a Portuguese term, and one language I would never learn because I'm disgusted by the sound of it is Portuguese. But the word is fitting because Saudade means a feeling of melancholy or nostalgia, and that's what Deez Nuts is for me. They've been away for like 6 years or something. It's been since their last album. But yeah, how long has it been since? I don't know. But their first 2 albums, I think it was around 2010 it came out. And yeah, it's just it was amazing party metal back in the time. Whenever I feel like some good old fashioned, just nonsense party metal, screaming about drinking and partying, I go back to Deez Nuts, specifically this album, This One's For You. This is what I go back to whenever I feel like that. They grew up a bit, which can be felt in the album, which you hear. They've matured, as we all do, which is not necessarily a bad thing, because it's still pretty banging. It's still a lot of fun to listen to Deez Nuts. So that's just it. There's nothing else to say about Deez Nuts. It's fun, it's hard, it's rough, and again, really happy that they're back. Really enjoyed listening to this album. It's great.
Some would describe Ian as hard and rough. Is he though? Ian, what do you think about Deez Nuts?
Deez Nuts. I think that's the best thing, was the joke. I love Deez Nuts. That's the best thing. That's the best thing about this album being on here. And I'm going to offer Pete the same level of respect. Unfortunately, I can't give the same level of liking for the album. I don't know if you know, there was a band, the comic strip, so Aid Edmonds and Rick Mail and Nigel Plain, they got together. They did a joke band called Bad News. And they reminded me a lot about Bad News. And Bad News were a complete joke band. And just some of the constructs were very similar to what I heard there on a couple of songs. Be fair, it was only a couple of songs. It was. You described it as heavy and aggressive and fun. Well, 2 out of 3 ain't bad for me, but unfortunately not the fun part. They got a song called Russian Roulette, which Battle Beast also have a song called Russian Roulette, which is great. This one, however, starts with the lyrics, "I've got aggression." Well, no shit. I mean, the whole album is really aggressive. It was just too heavy, too aggressive. I couldn't get over the sound that was coming to me to actually get beyond to try and understand what was happening. It's just not my thing. Just too heavy and aggressive for me. Yeah, I've got aggression. That sums it up.
Well,
good thing we're not reviewing Lorna Shore this month. If this is too heavy for you.
Okay. Yeah. I in fairness, I only put Ian on this stage because of Battle Beast. I would never have put him on.
Yeah, okay.
Never.
No.
I understand.
Never. And it was only because our lack of. This is probably the heaviest it got this month, isn't it? Now, talking about heavy and aggressive. Well, she's not really because she's a little angel. It's Trish.
Thanks. This is a solid album in the hip hop rap rock genre. It's got a mix of melodic and heavy hardcore sounds. I did have to give it a couple of listens, as for me, it was just lacking that something to make me want to pick it up as a go-to album in its genre, which unfortunately for me, it didn't. There are other bands that I would go to for this to listen to, like Body Count, who are just more polished. Again, not a bad listen, but nothing spectacular either for me.
And what a segue! Nothing spectacular, but worth a listen. Here, Dom.
Yeah, well, this is what I'm talking about. This type of heavier music, for me, it has to not just be loud and fast and heavy. There has to, for me, to really love a band or an album, there has to be something essentially broken about it to make it really good, to make me kind of stand up and sit up and listen and kind of focus on what's going on. There's got to be something that's really present and live feeling about it and kind of out of control, and I got that from the band. I think that's their style, that's what they do, and I definitely hear it in this album. It makes it kind of, I'm always looking for something that sounds more than the sum of its parts, do you know what I mean? And of course for really good song lyrics, and here I found there was something that was real, that is emotional, that's relatable, and of course angry. And I'm not an angry person, but I love angry music. You want that kind of storm of emotion that builds in a song and then breaks in the song, and that's what gets me in the feels anyway. I love Five Gold Chains. I thought, for that kind of rapcore, hardcore sound, it was amazing. It moves it into something truly punk, which is like my first love. And then Russian Roulette was great. You got kind of a bit more of a pop punky feel. I hate the band name. Band name is terrible, but my only but the song is great. The album is great. I think the only issue for me, it doesn't do anything truly innovative. I wanted them to kind of break out their mold. They were solidly in their mold of style of music, and it's great. I mean, I can't imagine they are amazing to see live. I think you'd have a lot of fun being in a room with them. That would be incredible. But it's loads of fun. Got me pumped.
I really like that quote. I'm not an angry person, but I like angry music. I'm going to use that.
That's me.
We all know what he's really like. You want to play board games with him, you'll find out how angry he gets. So,
in that case, then I'm not a fun person, but I like fun music.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, oh God, right, when Pete puts a song forward, an album forward, I absolutely dread it. I think, oh God, it's a Pete song.
That's why I do it.
Pete album, I'm going to hate it. And I didn't hate it. I thought some of this was actually really cool. I kind of like, I like rap rock, when it's done really, really well, it's done really well. And there were parts of this album that got too angry for me, but there was also a lot of this album to enjoy. Goddamn was a cracking. I really like that song. That made my cool playlist. And there's some really cool stuff in it. Just when they got to the screamo bit, it was a bit meh, but it was all right. But I enjoyed this album more than I thought I was going to. First listen, it was like, second listen, okay. Third listen, actually there was some aspects of this album that I quite liked and quite enjoyed. So it was a really cool, and that I like my albums to be varied, and that this album definitely that. I mean, it had all sorts of type of genres of music, from rap and rock and punk and a little bit of everything, and well meshed and well versed. A bit too angry in places for me, which kind of just took the edge off. Really, that made it kind of okay. It was all right, but yeah. So Pleasantly surprised, Pete. There we go. You weren't expecting that, were you? So there we are. So okay, let's find out then, shall we? Will it be enough to get into our Hall of Fame then? So Pete, we'll start with you.
Hey, these nuts are back. Get partying. 4.5.
Ian.
Dee's only got one nut, I'm afraid. He's got nuts. He's got one nut.
One nut. Now, Dom, did you see what Ian did there? He was on mute, right? And he turned the mute off to give me his score. I'm just saying.
The mute's here.
Okay. Right. So, bizarrely, Will and Simon scored them exactly the same as they scored Battle Beast. So, Will give it a 3 and Simon give it a 4. There we are. Okay, Trish.
3 nuts for me.
Sorry, 3 nuts from you. And finally, Dom.
Yeah, I'm with Simon. It's a 4. It's a solid 4.
4. So we lose Ian's 1. Goodbye, Ian's 1. We lose Pete's 4.5. I give it a 3. Sorry, thank you. Good point there. I also give it a 3. So I was with the 3 gang. So yeah. So we drop Pete's 4.5, which gives Deez Nuts a respectable 3.4. So
Wait, what are you dropping my 4.5 for?
Because there's 7 votes. Top vote goes and the bottom vote goes. I explained this when we were Sabaton. You know, do you not listen to me? 7 votes, only 5 votes.
But
Only 4 votes. Only 5 votes count. So when it's 7 votes, we lose the bottom one and the top
it's
one.
the bullshit!
I know, right? But I make up the bullshit. So,
God.
so my bullshit is the bullshit that counts is my bullshit, and that's
Can you
the
stop
bullshit.
fighting over your nuts, please?
This is the reason why I was invited as a guest, because it was almost certain I was going to give it a 5 if it was typical Battle Beast, so it could be eliminated and then general rule will still apply.
Yeah, we actually, Ian. For your, I forgot to mention on Battle Beast, we dropped Trish's 5 because you were a guest. So there we go.
Bless you.
And we dropped Dom's 2.5. Anyway, so 3.4 is scored 352 out of 630 albums and 124th out of 166. We've read 166 albums this year. It's extraordinary, isn't it? There we go. Right. Anyway, congratulations. Well done to Deez Nuts. Split the party, but that's to be expected with that style of music. So I think overall, not a bad score. Okay. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Hit the comment below. Hit the like and subscribe button. We'd really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Keep on rocking. Tune in for the next episode. Goodbye.